Hello everybody and welcome back to RogueTech, where we have a financial report due in 2 days, but I feel like tempting fate here. We have 2 mechs that are out for repairs right now, and that's okay. We're going to leave them out for repairs. We're going to go ahead and deploy here. Actually, before we do, I want to go through and make sure that we don't need any training. And we don't. Perfect. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this, and I believe it was one of these Davian missions. This one, this Destroy Base mission that I wanted to run. Excellent. Now this is going to be interesting. This is against the Lyran Commonwealth. They're not going to lose too much opinion of us, though, for just doing the one mission against them. And I think it's worth it because I want a chance at potentially some Thumper artillery. That said, and I'm not going to change any decisions based on this information, but I did state when we restarted for Treadnought, I did state that this series would be ending on episode 200. This is episode 193, if my math is correct, and that still holds true. So we're still going to be ending on episode 200, so this playthrough isn't going to go too much further. That said, I am planning on starting a full RogueTech themed series immediately following that. So RogueTech will stay on the channel, but it will be a proper series where things like there are no restarts allowed except in the case of like game-ending bugs. Like, for example, the saves won't load anymore. That would be a good example for when restarting might be allowed, but probably that would actually be more of an end to the series. And hopefully that just doesn't happen. But we can only deploy the 5 mechs here. We don't have any vehicles yet, and I'm kind of getting a little annoyed at that, if I'm honest, because I've been trying to get vehicles for quite a few episodes now, and it's just not happening. That said, we will go ahead and put Sketchy in the Assassin. We will put Scrub in the Spectre. We will put, I think we'll put Vale in the Centurion. And then we'll put Phantom in the Clint. That should be okay. I hope. Okay, let's do this. So as I was saying, it will be a themed playthrough where we're like choosing a particular side to play for and going for like a quasi-lore friendly company setup. I'll have to give some thought as to what that's going to end up looking like. If you have any opinions on what faction we should side with for that, though, please feel free to leave a comment. I have not decided on what faction that will be. We're currently siding a little bit with Steiner here, but we're not super deep into that. So if we wanted to do like a Steiner scout company, that could work, where we just drop 8 Atlases and 400-ton tanks. That could be funny. However, we need to destroy enemy structures and escape. Commander, Lyran leadership has been taking an increasingly hard line against Davian-affiliated corporate interests in the Rimward periphery. Lyran leadership has recently authorized the military interdiction of assets and resources from our corporate affiliates. Their behavior is tantamount to theft and cannot go unpunished. We need you to send a message. Okay, let's just get in there. Okay, that's the base in question? Nice view of the rocks, I guess, Darius. Thanks. We have allies. They're deployed right by the base. It's recommending that we deploy here, and this is actually a pretty good spot to deploy. I like it. So we do see that there's a Gase Barrison, apparently. That's exciting. There's a Gase Barrison, and we need to destroy the Lyran Funitions let's go with Lyran Funitions Mactory. I like it.
Commander?
Because it's so much fun. Okay, so we do see some things here. There's a standard command bunker here that's rocking an ECM. That Striker is on our side. That Hunter is on our side. This Raptor is opposed. There's an opposing Wolfhound. This is a Calliope. That's not very threatening. There is a Sentinel. There's a Lineholder and a Hitman. And a Gauss emplacement over there, and a light LRM turret.
Yes, Commander.
And that's a stealth. Okay. We're going to reserve. We're going to let them move. Because I don't want to deal with all those evasive pips. That is exactly why. That firing spread, pass on that one. We also have 30 evasive pips from just dropping in. Okay, firing on the Steiner Wolfhound and doing some damage. We'll take that. Absolutely. That Raptor moves up. Fires at our Hitman. That's our ally's Hitman. And does do a little damage. This stealth hasn't moved yet, so we're going to continue to reserve.
Holding for the right opportunity.
We want to kill this Gauss emplacement, and if we can, the stealth. Okay. It melee attacked up over here on that Hitman. Gotcha. Interesting choice. But yeah, overall, I'm feeling relatively comfortable in RogueTech. I would not consider myself good at RogueTech, but I would absolutely consider myself comfortable in RogueTech at this point. I feel like I have a reasonable understanding, if not necessarily a particularly advanced understanding, of how a lot of these things end up working. That kind of sucked. Bad luck there. Okay. The Centurion is 100% swinging up this direction. We need to get this Gauss emplacement down before it fires. That Gauss rifle could really hurt us. That was good damage on it. Okay. So we have two allies that move here. That is the Striker, firing on that Raptor. Doing a little bit of rear damage there. And something else, but our Trebuchet is going to move right now. And I think the Trebuchet can just swing over to here for purposes of ideal range. That looks pretty good to me. And then we can fire on either the Gauss emplacement, the Stealth, or the Sentinel. Given the remaining HP of the Gauss emplacement, I think we're best off to fire rear arc on this Sentinel. And hopefully we do better than the Clint did. We already did better. And that is dead. That was worth it. Assuming we can still kill the Gauss emplacement. The Davian line holder comes up, attempts to melee the stealth, and fails. And also fails on all of its medium lasers. Okay, the assassin is simply going to come up over here. Now, it looks like we can't melee this Gauss emplacement. Is this on a pedestal? Yep, it actually is. Okay, that explains it. It's not just on the ground. This isn't, I think, going to kill the Gauss emplacement, but it'll get it within kill range. Yeah. That's a structure exposure, and we tagged it. They're firing on the Hunter. They managed to barrage over here. That's not all that relevant to us. That's another rear attack on that Raptor, though. That is relevant to us. And they did a little bit of damage to our Centurions. Is that side arc? Not even relevant, though, honestly. Okay, so the Spectre is, I believe, our only mech that hasn't moved. So let's come up here and use all of these pulse lasers and machine guns on the Gauss emplacement, which is all structural damage. This is crit rolls. If we end up killing it through damage, great, but we're looking for crit rolls. That was a lot of crit rolls, but we didn't kill it. Luckily, it decided to attack this Hunter and helped us by damaging its own base. Okay, we'll accept that. Okay, the Raptor is going to move, as well as... What is the other Phase 21 mover? I don't know what the other Phase 21 mover is. It's firing on that Hitman. The Hitman is taking damage, but that's better than us. We don't really care what happens to this Hitman, honestly. Let's completely fine. Ah, so Wolfhound? Fair enough. They're going to continue firing on that Hitman. That Wolfhound, yep, I thought he was going to have some heat issues. He just shut down. That's fascinating. Phase 19, the stealth moves. And it also attacked the Hitman. And the Hitman ejected. I would have preferred it if he hadn't, but fair enough. The Assassin is going to need to sprint in over this way. It's not going to be too effective on, say, the Wolfhound over there. We could tag the Wolfhound, though. That might be worthwhile. We missed all of those pulse lasers, which was a little bit unlucky, but we did manage to get that tag in. The Clint is still on long-range targeting. We can position ourselves right here. And now, I do know about this light LRM turret potentially flanking us. These guys are going to respawn to it. Well, we're going to need to take out the Gauss emplacement, and then the Centurion will respawn to that, I guess. But I want to hit that Wolfhound. And ideally, I would love to take out this torso. We missed both lasers. That was unlucky too.
Good to go.
Okay. Well, the Centurion is simply going to move over like this and look to hit that LRM turret. It's not going to kill it, but it will do a hefty amount of damage.
Giving him everything I've got.
95. We'll take it.
Yes,
Okay,
Commander.
the Spectre is going to finish off that Gauss emplacement 100%. It was never going to survive.
Turret destroyed.
Excellent.
Commander,
And now the Trebuchet. Here's the question.
move into position.
Do we go for the standard command bunker and try to eliminate their ECM? Or do we do a ton of damage to that Wolfhound? We're not going to get a shutdown opportunity like this again. Let's hit that Wolfhound. It probably dies here. It definitely did.
Got it.
Excellent. Okay, the Davian line holder moves up, fires on that Raptor, does some internal damage there. We'll happily take that. The Striker moves up, also fires on the Raptor, and also gets some internal damage. Hunter also moves up, attacks that Calliope, doesn't do too much, but it's better than nothing. Was that a tag barrage that didn't have a barrage attached to it? I'm not sure what that was. It seemed like they were trying to tag it. Okay, they're putting down mines, and there's the barrage. It's completely fine.
Good to go.
Let's wrap this up. The Spectre is going to jump down over here
Sweet.
and go for this light turret chassis. Our hit odds aren't the best,
Giving him everything I've got.
but we hit it with the majority of our damage and actually spread out our damage on those
Standing
buildings. We'll take that. I want to come in over here. The question is, do we go for the stealth or the Raptor? And I think the clear answer here is the Raptor. Now this does turn our rear arc here. We should swap our Guardian ECM to active before we do this. 100%. And I think this likely kills this Raptor. I mean, our melee attack on the Assassin isn't the greatest, but that'll... I don't know that it'll kill if we missed that.
Negative damage.
Yeah. Well, we tagged it anyway. I was counting on that melee attack hitting with the call that would kill. Or at the very least knock down if we had hit the melee attack. Okay, the stealth moves over. Fires on the Assassin. That's fine. The Assassin did get its brace, which... Hang on. We missed the melee attack. Did they change this? I didn't read it in the patch notes. Fascinating. I'll have to keep my eye on that.
Waiting for orders.
Okay, the Trebuchet has a few interesting options here. We could go for the standard command bunker, and our hit odds on that are actually really, really good. Because we're just outside of the ECM. I think we absolutely do that. Yeah. Even with the AMS, that was very effective. Okay, who's their phase 17 mover? The Raptor? The Raptor. Set themselves on fire, went after the Clint. If they had hit those 2 large lasers in rear arc, that could be devastating, actually.
Skipper.
We're going to change the Clint to short-range targeting. And we're just going to step behind the Raptor. And we could punch it from here. We could kick it from a side arc. I think that's okay, actually. I would prefer a kick because that would fire the AC-10.
Roger that, Commander.
Good. Good hit. There we go. That's what we were looking for.
Let's do this.
Okay. So now we're going to move up with the Centurion. And the question is, what do we do with it? I think that we look to eliminate the standard command bunker.
Got it.
Okay, that was good damage into it. Line holder moves up. Fires on the Calliope. I'm fine with that. Honestly, I don't care much what the Davians do here. Although that was a good rear arc attack on that stealth. That was quality. I'm in favor of that. This Davian commander is doing a pretty good job. That wasn't the greatest hits, but I like the idea. What is that, an X-Pulse laser? That's the second time I've commented on that weapon coming out of this Calliope. We don't know what it is.
Ready.
Not yet, anyway. The Spectre is going to advance in on the light LRM turret. I don't think... Oh, that's only 21 HP. If we hit that ER medium laser right away, we could kill this through crits.
Affirmative.
And there it is. Wonderful. Look at all those crits.
Turret is gone. Confirmed.
Okay. The Clint could get up over here. I think this is a charge, though. I prefer not to charge if at all possible. I don't like to take the self-damage. So we'll just fire on this stealth from this angle. This is side arc, so we can't really take advantage of that rear arc weakness, but... Okay, we missed everything. Fair enough.
No love on that strike.
So all they've got left is the standard command bunker, the Calliope, and the stealth, right? They may have another turret over here, but I don't think they do.
Awaiting orders.
Let's get the assassin in behind the stealth. Look to finish this off. We'll have to punch, so no medium pulse laser, but that's fine. The medium pulse laser isn't that relevant.
Copy that. Let's see how you like this.
Okay, we got a crit there.
Target's taking a critical hit.
We missed the flamer. Okay, but he's unsteady.
Ready for orders.
The Trebuchet could finish off the standard command bunker. I do think this would be overkill, but I also think it's worth it to get rid of their ECM.
Let's go.
There we go. We took out their Angel ECM. That was a lot of AMS hits, though. That said, this is much better for us now that we took out their active ECM.
Ready for orders.
To the point where I don't think that we need to focus on that anymore. We're going to move up. We're going to fire on this stealth
I copy.
from this side arc. Good damage. We'll see what the Davians decide to do. Finish off the command bunker? Okay, I'm fine with that. So much for the Bloodhound probe. The line holder fires on the stealth. That's the opposite arc we were hitting. That was a questionable move, actually. I would have just turned him around and fired in rear arc. Okay, some damage to that stealth. Is that a knockdown? Oh, that's an ejection. Fine. That line holder might be decent salvage, then. Or no, the line holder is a Davian mech. What was the... That was a stealth. I mean, we know from our previous playthrough what can be done with a stealth. Let's just finish off this Calliope here. It'll take 2 mechs to do, but that's okay.
Commander?
We'll take the Assassin over. The Assassin isn't very useful in dealing with these buildings anyway, so we'll just move into ideal range for the Flamer.
Firing a full salvo.
Okay. Structure exposure there.
What's up, boss?
The Spectre can actually start working on these military buildings.
Acknowledge.
Not like it does all that much.
Standing by.
The Centurion is going to finish off that Calliope. It does not survive this.
Confirmed.
There we go.
Turret destroyed.
Okay, now we can destroy these buildings at our leisure. Let's finish off this building first.
Roger that.
Actually, that didn't quite kill it. I'm a little shocked. And I do wish that the AI would help attack these buildings, but they absolutely do not.
Aye, aye.
Which is okay.
Moving out.
Just vaguely annoying. We need to destroy 4 buildings here? Okay. We'll go for the small.
Taking the south.
That's fine.
Confirmed.
The Clint will come up here and finish it off. If we have LOS. Yes, we do.
Good shot, Commander.
1 down.
Enemy structure down.
This one over here is basically down.
Flatten that, sucker. Got something you want done?
The Spectre can finish it off.
Affirmative.
There we go. That's 2 down.
Payday. What's up, boss?
And now the Centurion can focus on one of these small military buildings. This one should be fine.
Target acquired.
Would have liked to do a little bit more damage there. The Trebuchet will hit this one because it would have been massive overkill, and I think it kills this on its own. Yes, indeed. So that's 3 of 4, and all we need now is to take down this guy. Lineholder is not going to do anything useful, nor is the Hunter, nor is the Striker. They're just going to run over landmines, I guess. Sure, why not? Okay, the Clint will finish this. There we go. Let's get out of here and see what salvage opportunities we have, because I think we have some halfway decent ones. Once again, though, we didn't run into vehicles. That's a little unfortunate. Hopefully we start running into more of them. It's kind of funny. I have the exact opposite opinion about vehicle salvage in Treadnought as I did in the other one. That's exciting stuff. We barely took any damage. Okay, so there's Raptor parts available, but this is what we're really interested in here. The stealth. Now, it's only got the 1 missile hardpoint. I think this is a different variant than what we had before. But I am absolutely interested in getting this stealth online. Anything else in here we absolutely need? I mean, there's that SRM-6 streak, but I'm kind of interested in slapping an MRM-20 on this, honestly. Maybe we get the streak SRM in the roulette. Let's find out. We got a medium pulse laser raker. We'll keep that around for sure. Generic armor, no thanks. Cockpit basic, I guess we'll keep it. We don't have one. Endosteel structure can go away though. Engine core 100, no thank you. Engine core 200, we'll keep it. Double heatsink kit, we'll keep that. And there's mask. Oh. Mask has a pretty dramatic failure chance. We'll keep it for now, but I'm not sure that I'll utilize it, if I'm honest. That AC-5 ammo, not relevant. Artemis 4 LRM ammo, though, that is relevant. And Streak SRM ammo, that is also relevant. We will keep those around. So, what do we want to do with that stealth? Well, we want to get it ready to go, obviously. Maybe an engine core like 250, if I recall correctly. That was what we had in the other stealth. We'll have to see what our weights allow us to have. But that guy, that'll be a pretty good mech for us. We relied pretty heavily on the stealth in the early game of the last campaign, just for that huge SRM boost. But let's hop over here. I did tell Yang to repair, and I didn't even look at how much it cost. Let's get this Stealth 2D readied.
That mech you asked for is cleared for fighting.
Okay. And let's take a look at what we can put on this guy. Now, the idea for this stealth... Once again, it has to be a backstabber. It can't be a frontline mech, I don't think. Let's see, we've got an Engine Core 315 in here by default. Had a double heatsink kit. It did have mask by default. Okay. Well, we're going to take a quick look at what we can do here. There's some interesting options. We could slap an MRM-20 in here. Do we have MRM ammo, though? That was the problem we had last time we wanted to put an MRM on. Absolutely none. And I don't believe there are currently any in the store. There's some thumper ammo in there, but we don't have a thumper. Okay, so instead of the MRM-20, we may have to rethink this. We only have the SRM-2 streak. I'm now wishing we had the SRM-6 streak. But we do not. So maybe... Maybe we should have this be more of a standoff mech. We have quite a few that go in right now. We could put, say, an LRM-20 on here with potentially even... If we go down here, if I recall correctly, we do have Artemis fire control systems. Which means that we might be able to utilize that Artemis 4 LRM ammo. Oh, we require the Artemis 4 system. Right. I forgot about the way that worked. Yeah, that's my own fault. We don't have Artemis 4. That's fine. We'll come back to the Artemis 4 another time. We have LRM Deadfires here. We have SAMs and Swarms. I do like the concept of having Deadfire in there, and then we'll also have regular LRM ammo, so we can switch back and forth as necessary. Now we have 1.5 tons remaining here. I do want to put ferrofibrous armor and endosteel structure on here, max out that armor, and that did actually max out. So now we have 2.5 tons to work with here. Our heat efficiency is plenty good, no point in putting in double heat sinks yet. That said, we could put on, say, a pair of ER medium lasers, rather like on the trebuchet. This is essentially becoming a mini trebuchet, isn't it? Alternately, we could put in the ultralight rotary rifle. Uses periphery rifle ammo. And what if instead of the LRMs, what if this was more of a direct fire support? We ditch that. We have 12 tons to work with. Now we do need some heavy rifle ammo. Is this is not periphery rifle ammo. Do we have any periphery rifle ammo? Does this count? I don't believe so. Actually, we can find out. It requires ammo. If we mount this... Okay, I'm not sure what's going on there. Has to be mounted in the same location, or it just requires... Yeah, that does not work. So I don't think we have the ammo for it. And I don't think the ammo exists in the store. No, it does not. Okay. Actually, let's check here. If they have thumper ammos... Do they have thumpers? No, they have a PPC in there. But I don't want to buy that. Okay. I mean, we could, in theory, put mortars on there. Mortars don't do very much damage. I'm unimpressed by them. Like, we could put a mortar 4. That'd be 5 tons. It would do up to 40 damage. I suppose we could do that. Too many weapons mounted? Oh yeah, we'd have to take out the ultralight rifle, obviously. So we put in the mortar 4 there. That would require mortar ammo. How many rounds is this? This is airburst ammo. This is 40 shots. That's plenty of shots. Well, that's going to fire 4, so that would be 10 rounds of ammo, right? So we could also run, say, this half ton of mortar ammo. We'd have 8 tons to work with then. Which is a little less than I was hoping for. Oh. Oh. What if we went for a Gauss rifle? That's 15 tons. We could just make it work. Okay, so this is slightly more heat, plus 1 accuracy. That is important. We could just make this work. So, hypothetically, we then take this down to an engine core, say, 245, to free up a bunch of tonnage. That allows us to put in, potentially... Do I not have Gauss ammo, too? Oh, boy. Okay. Never mind. That doesn't work either. In that case, AC5 it is. AC5 is 8 tons. That should be fine. This is cased and has 15 shots. So 1 ton of AC5 ammo should be sufficient. And then from there, we could relatively simply put in like a pair of ER large lasers. That's an option. A Gauss rifle would be hilarious. PPC is too much weight to put in 2. Yeah, we could just put in that pair of ER larges. Something like this. And have it be a kind of long-range fire support sort of mech. We'd still have 2 tons remaining, and of course we would definitely want to use that on heat sinks. We'd swap over to double heat sinks on this. That would immediately boost our heat efficiency. We only have the single double heatsink, though. This does have a free external heatsink. Maybe we don't run double heatsinks, and we just pile on the regular heatsinks. No, this is terrible. This is absolutely terrible. We should definitely run the double heatsink. And then the free double heatsink out here. Okay, and then we still have 2 more tons to work with. Still 2 more tons. Well, we could just drop the endosteel structure. That puts us almost exactly where we need to be. And then, yeah, we could do it like that. That should be fine. Now, the heat efficiency is still not the best. I would prefer not running the clan ER large, but we only have the 2 large lasers. Or, potentially, we could just run ER mediums and like 1 PPC, although I'd prefer an ER PPC. I'm so indecisive right now. We could just run the MRMs. I mean, our movement is halfway decent. How do I want to use this thing? I have no idea, do I? Literally none. I think we'll just accept this for right now and use it in our fire support lance as kind of an upgrade to the Panther. What is the range comparison on the AC5? Optimal range is 360 meters. 450 and 420. Okay. I think that's okay. We'll do it. Replace all the things. Okay, so the stealth is in progress. And we definitely want top priority to be on the chameleon, followed by the stealth. Honestly, followed by the panther. This is going to be a lot of work on repairing this. Well, actually, not too bad. We're going to be back at where we were before relatively quickly. Let's go ahead and tick forward just a little bit here. I realize this is a pretty long episode at this point, but let's get the financial report out of the way. So we don't have to do that next episode. Fantastic. And then let's just continue ticking forward a little bit here. I think 3 and then 5, 6, 7 days. Yeah, that should be fine. We could sympathize with somebody. We'll deal with it. No lasting consequences. Fine. Okay, so we need to take forward one more day for the assassin. That is, coincidentally, when the gymnasium finishes. Now, let's go into engineering here. And I also wanted to grab... Let's see, the upgraded gymnasium is nice, as is the library. Good morale, good tech points, nice and cheap. Both of those would be fine. We'll go for the library for right now. Excellent. And with that, it is time to put a cut in here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'm going to do the outro here as I am upgrading the mech warriors. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings. And I will see you all next time when we are going to take a look at what we have available for new missions. We're kind of doing very well and should probably think about leaving this planet quite soon. See you all next time.